There is a moment many people notice after 60. You do not suddenly feel old. You simply begin to plan your life around chairs. You look for a handrail before the stairs. You avoid low sofas. You think twice before walking on uneven ground. And getting up from the floor starts to feel like a serious project. But here is the important part. That loss of confidence is not always about age itself. Very often it comes from a few abilities that slowly get weaker when we stop using them. Leg strength, balance, foot control, and the ability to trust your own body. Today, I will show you 6 simple movements that train exactly those abilities. No gym, no jumping, no complicated machines, and no need to become an athlete. These are practical movements for real life. Standing up, walking, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, turning quickly, and staying steady when the ground is not perfect. Stay until the end. I will give you a simple daily routine that combines all 6 exercises in less than 10 minutes. Before we begin, one rule matters more than every other rule. Do not push through sharp pain. A little muscle effort is normal. A burning feeling in the thighs can be normal. Mild tiredness can be normal. But sharp pain in your knee, hip, back, chest or shoulder is not something to ignore. If you have had recent surgery, a fracture, unexplained dizziness, severe joint pain, or a medical condition that affects balance, speak with your doctor or physical therapist before you start. For every exercise today, keep a stable chair, countertop or wall nearby. That is not weakness, that is smart training. Most people think exercise after 60 has to be hard to work. It does not. The goal is not to punish your body. The goal is to give your body frequent reminders. My legs are still needed. My balance still matters. My body still knows how to move. And the good news is this: everyday movements can become training when you do them with attention. Let us start with the movement that affects almost everything else. The first movement is the supported squat or chair stand. This is one of the most useful movements in daily life. You already do it many times a day. Every time you stand up from a chair, sit down carefully, use the toilet, get out of a car, or lower yourself onto a sofa, you use this movement. The question is simple: are you doing it in a way that keeps your legs strong? Here is the easy version. Stand in front of a stable chair. Place your feet about hip width apart. Keep your chest tall. Slowly move your hips back, as if you're about to sit down. Touch the chair lightly with your hips, then press through your feet and stand back up. Do not drop into the chair. Do not use momentum. And do not lock your knees hard at the top. Start with 5 slow, controlled repetitions. That is enough. The goal is not to prove anything. The goal is to make every repetition smooth, stable, and controlled. Slow down. Touch lightly. Stand with control. Here is something surprising. For many people, standing up slowly from a chair is harder than walking for 20 minutes. Why? Because walking can hide weakness. You can shuffle. You can shorten your steps. You can lean forward. But standing up from a chair tells the truth about your thighs, hips, and balance. If this exercise feels difficult, it does not mean you are failing. It means you have found an important place to improve. As you get stronger, lower yourself more slowly. Try a 3-second descent. 1, 2, 3. Then stand up with control. If you already feel comfortable, pause just above the chair for 3 seconds before standing. But remember this: a deeper squat is not always better. A safe, controlled squat is better than a deep, painful squat. Now let us move to the ability that can help you when life surprises you. Balance. Most falls do not happen because someone decides to fall. They happen because the body is not ready for a sudden change. A loose rug, a wet step, a pet running across the room, or a curb you did not see. That is why standing on one leg matters. Stand next to a kitchen counter or a sturdy chair. Keep one hand close to the support. Shift your weight onto one foot, then lift the other foot just a few centimeters from the floor. You do not need to lift it high. You are not trying to look impressive. You are teaching your ankle, knee, hip, and core to work together. Start with 10 seconds. Then switch sides. Do this 2 or 3 times on each side. Keep your eyes focused on one point on the wall in front of you. Relax your shoulders. Breathe normally. And here is the key. Use as much support as you need. At first, keep 1 or 2 fingers on the counter. Later, use only 1 finger. Eventually, perhaps no fingers at all. That is progress. Do not force yourself to wobble wildly. Balance is not a performance. It is preparation. A common mistake is holding your breath. When people feel unsteady, they often tense their shoulders, squeeze their jaw, and stop breathing. Instead, relax your face. Exhale slowly. Balance becomes easier when your body stops acting as if it is in danger. Try this every day for 1 month. You may be surprised by how much more confident you feel while turning, stepping off a curb, or walking through a crowded place. The third movement is simple, but it can wake up muscles that many people barely use anymore. It is called the wide stance hold. Stand with your feet wider than hip width. Turn your toes slightly outward, if that feels natural. Hold into a countertop if you need support. Don't bend your knees a little, as if you are about to sit on a very high, invisible chair. Keep your back tall. Keep your stomach gently firm. Your knees should point in the same direction as your toes. Now hold that position. Start with 10 to 15 seconds. You should feel your thighs working. You may also feel your hips and core waking up. That is good. But if you feel sharp pain in your knees, stand up right away. Next time, make the bend smaller. Why is this exercise useful? Because life often requires you to stay in a slightly bent position, picking something up, working in the garden, waiting in line, getting into a car. Even climbing stairs begins with your thigh muscles supporting your body weight. This hold teaches your legs to stay calm under pressure. There is also a mental lesson here. Many people quit as soon as their legs begin to burn. But that burning feeling is often just your muscles saying, "We are working." You do not need to fight it. You just need to breathe through it. Try 3 short holds. 10 seconds is enough to begin. In a few weeks, you may reach 20 or 30 seconds without even noticing how much stronger you have become. Now we move from strength to control. The fourth exercise is slow, aware walking. This is not a power walk. It is not a race. It is walking slowly enough to notice what your feet are doing. Find a clear hallway, a quiet path, or an open area at home. Stand tall. Take 1 slow step forward. Feel your heel touch the ground. Then feel your weight move through the middle of your foot. Then feel your toes help you push forward into the next step. Heel, middle, toes, again. Heel, middle, toes. Walk more slowly than feels normal. At first, it may feel strange. That's exactly why it is useful. Most of us walk on autopilot. We rush. We drag our feet. We look at our phones. We barely notice the ground. But when you slow down, you train your body to respond more carefully. You may notice that one foot lands harder. You may notice that one side feels less stable. You may notice that you lean forward, or that your steps have become too short. Do not chase distance. Chase control. Start with 2 minutes. That is all. Breathe steadily. Keep your eyes looking ahead, not down at your feet. If you need support, walk near a wall or railing. This exercise is useful because it combines balance, attention, posture, and coordination. And it leads to a simple question. When was the last time you truly noticed how you walk? Not how fast you walk, not how far you walk, how you walk. The fifth exercise looks almost too easy, but do not underestimate it. Calf raises strengthen the muscles in your lower legs. These muscles help you push off the ground when you walk. They also help you climb stairs, react quickly, and stay steady as you move forward. Stand facing a countertop or wall. Place your hands lightly on it for support. Keep your feet about hip width apart. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet. Pause at the top for 1 second, then lower your heels slowly. Do not bounce. Do not rush, and do not swing your body forward and backward. Start with 8 repetitions. Then gradually work your way toward 10 or 15. The lowering phase is very important. Many people lift their heels quickly, then drop down. But lowering slowly is where control develops. Try this rhythm. Up for 1 second. Hold for 1 second. Down for 3 seconds. You can do calf raises while waiting for the kettle to boil, while brushing your teeth, or while standing in the kitchen. That is what makes them useful. They are easy to repeat. And after 60, repeatable is often more valuable than perfect. Here is a quick question. When you walk upstairs, do you push through your whole foot? Or do you pull yourself up with the railing? There is nothing wrong with using a railing, but stronger calves may help you rely on it less over time. The sixth movement is a wall sit. This exercise builds endurance in your thighs without stepping, jumping, or moving quickly. Stand with your back against a wall. Place your feet a comfortable distance in front of you. Then slowly slide down the wall, just a little. You do not have to go low. Your knees do not have to form a perfect right angle. In fact, if you are new to this, a shallow bend is better. Your knees should point in the same direction as your toes. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Keep your back supported by the wall. Hold for 10 seconds. Breathe. Then slowly stand back up. That is 1 round. Start shallow. Stay pain-free. Keep breathing. The wall sit teaches your legs to keep working even when there is no movement. That matters more than people think. When you stand in line, when you wait for the elevator, when you pause halfway up the stairs, or when you lower yourself onto a low chair. Your legs must need endurance, not just strength for 1 second. Start with 2 or 3 short holds, 10 seconds each. Over time, move toward 20 or 30 seconds. But do not chase a 1-minute wall sit if your knees complain. Your body does not care about internet records. Your body cares about safe, repeatable movement. And if wall sits do not feel right for your knees, simply return to the chair stands from the first exercise. That is not a downgrade. That is intelligent training. Now for a short bonus movement. The original version of this idea is hanging from a bar, but a full dead hang is not right for everyone, especially if you have shoulder pain or limited shoulder movement. So here is the safer version. Stand tall. Raise both arms overhead as comfortably as you can. Reach up toward the ceiling. Imagine that you are trying to make your body a little taller. Keep your ribs from lifting too much. Take 5 slow breaths, then lower your arms. Repeat 3 times. This simple reach can remind your upper back and shoulders to move through a fuller range. You can also add a grip exercise. Hold a rolled up towel in one hand. Squeeze gently for 5 seconds. Relax. Repeat 5 times with each hand. Grip strength matters in daily life. Opening jars, carrying bags, holding a railing, and getting up from the floor. But once again, the goal is not to crush the towel. The goal is to keep using the muscles you want to keep. Now here is how to turn these exercises into a simple daily routine. You do not need to perform everything perfectly, and you do not need to do it all at once. Try this. In the morning, do 5 chair stands, then do 10 calf raises. During the day, balance on one leg for 10 seconds on each side. Repeat that 2 or 3 times. Then take 2 minutes for slow, aware walking. In the evening, do 2 wide stance holds. Hold each one for 10 to 15 seconds. Then do 1 gentle wall sit if it feels comfortable. That is it. You can complete the whole routine in about 8 minutes. The secret is not motivation. The secret is attaching movement to things you already do. After making coffee, after brushing your teeth, before turning on the television, or while waiting for food to heat up. Small habits are easier to repeat, and repeated movement is what changes your confidence. The strongest person after 60 is not always the person who lifts the heaviest weight. It is often the person who can stand up without hesitation, walk without fear, turn without losing balance, carry their own shopping, climb stairs, and trust their body again. These 6 movements are not magic. They do not replace medical care, sleep, good nutrition, or recovery. But they can become a daily message to your body. I still need you to be strong. Start smaller than you think you should. Do 5 chair stands. Balance for 10 seconds. Walk slowly for 2 minutes. Then repeat tomorrow. Because independence is not built in one intense workout. It is built through small decisions, repeated over time. Which movement feels hardest for you right now? Standing up from a chair, balance, stairs, or walking? Write it in the comments. And remember this, your goal is not to move like you did at 20. Your goal is to keep moving freely at the age you are now, and to keep moving freely for as long as possible.